All right, y'all. So this is the second session that I'm doing today of It's Not Complicated Tutoring. My client here, Isaiah, I actually had him as a student, and not last year. Well, yeah, last year, right?
Yeah.
So in Cedar Hill, it's a pretty good student. So just want to kind of give him some more knowledge on topics in geometry. Today we're doing the equations of lines, going over slope, intercept form, point slope form, and things of that nature for equations of lines. So we're going to go over some of those and then proceed further into the topics on equations of lines and get past this chapter hopefully by the end of the hour. So we'll begin. There is a problem that we're doing right now, which basically is the problem on writing an equation in slope intercept form for a line containing 3, 2 and 6, 8. Those two are actually points. So as I do this, I'm gonna write an equation of a line going through 3, 2 and 6, 8. 3, 2 and 6, 8 in slope intercept form. Now, you may ask what slope intercept form is. It is the format of y equals mx plus b, where this right here is your intercept, this right here is your slope. For those of y'all that didn't know that. Alright, so Isaiah, what is the first thing we're going to do to figure this problem out?
Okay, but
Even based on your notes that you have.
alright, we're gonna label what we have. So
Absolutely.
3 will be x1.
Okay, so x1.
2 will be y1.
Okay, y1 here.
6 will be x2.
Alright,
and
good.
8 will be y3. I mean y2.
Y2, right? Cool. Outstanding. Now, this will be step 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step, sir?
Next step is you plug in. So 8 and 2 will go. We're going for
And then what though? What's the formula?
the slope.
The slope formula. What is the slope formula? Y2, right?
Oh yeah, y2 and y1
Minus y1 over what?
over x2 minus y2.
Minus x1.
X1, yes.
Alright, don't confuse the variables up. Okay, so this is slope. Now, right, you said before, I plug in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I plug in my numbers now. So y2 is 8 minus y1 is 2 over x2 minus x1, so 6 minus 3. And I get a slope of 6 over 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be 2. Now, 2 becomes my m. Just in case y'all did not know that. 2 is going to be my m now, which is my slope. And it asks me to find an equation of a line going through those 2 points. So what's the next thing I do?
Okay, step 3. That's when you use your slope intercept equation.
You do is what?
It's slope intercept.
Slope intercept equation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I do y equals mx plus b, right?
Uh-huh.
So y equals mx plus b. And what's the next step?
After that, then you pick a number from the
Well, not pick a number, but a what?
a variable.
A point. Right? I can pick any point I want. Which one you want to pick? 3, 2, the first one or the second? Doesn't matter.
The first one.
Okay, so we're going to use 3, 2. So I substitute my y now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here. So I get 2 equals m. We found it over here as 2.
Mm-hmm.
X was 3 plus b. Now, how do I solve for b, sir?
You solve B by
What's the first thing I do?
you
Look up here. This is our new problem. What's the first thing I do? This from algebra.
you subtract 2 by.
Well, I want to distribute that.
Oh, okay, to make that 6.
Okay, so make that 6. Okay, so 2 equals 6 plus b, right? Now how do I solve for b?
And now you subtract both sides by 2.
I'm going to
By 6.
6 because 6 is on the same side as the variable, right? So I subtract 6 right here, 6 right here, and I get b equals -4. Now that I have my y-intercept, what I do?
Now you have your y-intercept. Now you plug it in this as b.
Okay, so I go back to the equation. What?
Go back to the equation, which was slope-intercept.
Okay, slope-intercept form. So now y equals mx plus b, and the equation of the line is y equals the same slope of 2 times, well, it's an x, so it's an equation now, plus the new or minus the new slope, y-intercept of 4, so it's 2x minus 4. That would be my equation, which is the answer choice what?
That's answer choice C.
C, right? Perfect. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far, or do you have any questions so far?
No.
I'm talking to the world, so I gotta make sure that everybody is aware. You know what I mean? All right. What's next? Let's look. Let's see here. 1 point in an equation. All right. Now, this is writing an equation in slope-intercept form for a line containing 1, 7 that is perpendicular to the line y equals -1/2 x plus 1, right? So we want a line that's perpendicular to that line. So what's the first thing we're gonna do? While I'm doing everything, you may want to be writing down some of the stuff too, just so you can have some notes. Normally I would do them for you, you know what I'm saying, but I gotta be up. Yeah, that I can be right on the board now. Got the slick board. Straight. Alright, you know what I'm gonna erase this. Is that cool? Okay, so I'm gonna erase that. Now I'm gonna have write down my new problem, which is actually writing equation slope-intercept form for a line containing 1, 7. I'm gonna write down 1, 7 here, perpendicular to y equals -1/2 x plus 1. Alright. So let me ask you a question. What is the first thing we need to do here? If I want to find an equation of a line that's perpendicular to that equation by going through that line, that point right there, even the first thing, well, before I do that, x comma y, I label that first. Alright, now what I do? What's the first thing I'm going to do here? First of all, let's state the obvious, right? We have an equation with slope what?
Y-intercept.
Well, the y-intercept is 1.
I mean,
but what's my slope? What's my slope?
The slope. Slope-intercept.
But what is the slope?
Oh,
what number up here? Like, in other words, what number here on this equation is the slope?
Oh, -1/2.
Okay, -1/2, right? Because it's in the format y equals mx plus b. Would you agree? Okay, cool. So, now that that's the slope, I want to find a line perpendicular to that. We talked about that before. You learned it a while back, probably in Algebra 1, that the perpendicular means a negative reciprocal slope. So the negative of a negative is a
positive. So
it's going to be +2 for our perpendicular slope, right? So, with that being said, now we can actually use that point with y equals mx plus b, technically. Okay? So, the perpendicular slope is going to be +2. So, y equals mx plus b. We use the y point here, the x point here, and we get 7 equals 2, right? times 1
Yes.
plus b. So distribute, we get 7 equals 2 plus b, and what's the answer for b, sir?
Answer for B. You're gonna subtract 2 by both sides.
Okay, so try 2 by both sides. B then equals what?
B equals 5.
5. So then, after I'm done with that part, I don't know how well this writes, but not a good look. Okay, so go and get my black back. Back up here, draw my arrow. Y equals mx plus b again, to be very thorough with it. Then I plug everything back in, right? So y then equals the new slope, which is going to be 2.
Yeah, 2.
X plus
5.
5. And as you see, the negative reciprocal slope, these two are going to be perpendicular to each other. If you graph them on a graphing calculator, right, you can use that real quick and put y equals and y equals, and then I'm going to show the calculator to the camera, and then everybody will see the graphs.
Okay.
And that'll be our answer. We'll be done with that problem.
You gotta do it on your phone, not acting like.
Huh? Let me see it. Let me see. Y equals, let me see, exit, second quit. -2, oh, okay, that's why. -10, -10, 10, 1. Okay, cool. Now y equals -1/2 x plus 1, and then 2x plus 5 in there. Make this a little darker, graph. Okay, and as you see here, I'll be able to see, Phil, pick it up. Okay, you can see that, y'all. This is what the graph looks like, right? Oops, I can get it right there. Graph looks like it right there. So they're perpendicular to each other, as you can see. All right, and that's how we do the problem. Any questions on that one?
Nope.
Alrighty, cool. Thank you very much.